This is Shannon Rutherford. This is our town historic district, Farmington. Town of Farmington Historic District Commission meeting, and we will start with a roll call of our commission members. Jim Calciano.
Here.
Joanne Lawson.
Here.
Jay Bombara.
Here.
Liz Gemsky.
Here.
Ted Sanford.
Here.
And I am going to note for the record that Cliff Mix, Michelle Phelan, and Henry Pertil are absent today.
So is it correct? I need to appoint two people to serve?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Correct.
Well, let's see.
Please.
Yes.
I'll appoint Ted Sanford and Liz Jemsky to be permanent members for purposes of today's meeting. And with that, I will ask Jim Calciano to read the notice of the meeting as acting secretary.
Notice is hereby given that the Farmington Historic District Commission will hold a hybrid in-person and online public hearing on Tuesday, September 16, 2025 at 5 p.m. Town Hall Council Chambers on the following applications. Neo Vida application for temporary certificate of appropriateness for new hanging sign located in Brick Walk at 769 Farmington Avenue. The next one is Robert Mandel application for temporary certificate of appropriateness for installation of solar panels on the roof at 93 Main Street. Interested parties are encouraged to participate in this hybrid public hearing. Participation in person at 1 Monteith Drive Town Hall, Town Council Chambers, or online participation via the link to meeting the Town of Farmington's website. A copy of this proposal is available online or call the planning department. Dated Farmington, 28th day of August, 2025.
Thanks, Jim. Okay, with that, we will kick off the public hearings. Is somebody here, is it for the applicant for 769 Farmington Avenue, new sign hanging located in that Brick Walk? Yeah,
Yes,
please
please.
approach here, identify yourself and an address for the record, and then present your application. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Good evening. My name is Nicole Byrne. I'm here representing Neo Veda, who is the principal of Green Pest Control LLC. My business address is 1730 New Britain Avenue, Farmington, Connecticut, 06032. The business intends to rent office space on the lower level at the rear of Brickyard Walk at 769 Farmington Avenue. Tonight, I'm requesting an approval of our temporary application for a certificate of appropriateness for a modest sign that will help customers locate the office. The sign is designed to fit within the existing Brickwalk signage style, ensuring consistency with the historic character of the district. I will be relying on the project narrative, and the project narrative includes 11 pages of photos. I don't know, Madam Clerk?
Yeah, on the town planner. Sure. Yep.
Okay, I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. That's all right. So there's the narrative. Do you want to go just the photos or you want to stop at the narrative?
Let's go through the photos because I believe this was shared with the.
Absolutely. The entire package was posted to the website. Yep.
Thank you very much. Okay.
course.
Can you please go to page 9 of the narrative?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Does that work? That's
think it
page
would.
9 on mine.
Oh, that's page. It looks like that's page 7. From what I'm
No, I've got 9 of
Oh,
14.
Yeah, on the printed page.
on the printed pages. I'm sorry. Oh, that's it right there.
Okay. Got it. I'm using PDF numbers. Apologize.
Yeah.
No,
Got it.
you're okay. Thank you. I'll try to keep that in mind.
That's fine.
All right. So first, I'd like to address the visibility and look and placement of the sign. So the sign will not be visible from Farmington Avenue, also known as Route 4. The visibility will only be from the rear parking lot and Brickyard Lane. So here's a map showing the location. The proposed sign is going to be directly placed beneath an existing sign, which this commission approved in 2022. Could we please go back to page 2 of the narrative? Thank you. So I think that would be page 4.
Yeah, got it.
Right
This
there.
one. Yep.
Yeah, perfect. Thank you so much. So a rendering of the proposed sign superimposed beneath the existing sign is on page 2, just right there. The sign will measure 48 inches wide by 7.5 inches high and 1.5 inches deep. for a total of 360 square inches. The sign will be constructed of high-density urethane with Benjamin Moore water-based exterior paint and sealed with clear polyurethane. No illumination is planned for this sign. The proposed sign is designed to be aesthetically consistent with the existing sign that it's going to be hung from. The design features rounded corners, a white background, and the company's green and black logo with matching text. The company's logo is there on page 2, Green Pest Control. Thank you. It will be mounted to the existing sign using 2 black eye hooks and a black chain link. These materials are also consistent with the existing sign. Could we please go to page 8, which I think will be page 9 in your PDF?
That's fine.
Yeah,
I
perfect,
gotcha.
right.
Now that I know which number I'm using, we're fine. You get, I'm
Thank you
all
very
set. You're welcome.
Yes, so there's examples of the materials that will be used. Again, these are consistent with the existing sign. I also wanted to address safety and clearance, just in case the commission had any concerns about, pedestrians and the sign hanging from the existing one. When mounted, the proposed sign will hang approximately 105 inches above the recessed area. Yeah, that's perfect. So that right there is where the recessed area is. Exactly. Yes, so when mounted, the proposed sign will hang approximately 105 inches above the recessed area. This is well above the standard pedestrian clearance of 78 inches. But even so, the retaining wall there, as you can see, it measures 67.25 inches, and it prevents pedestrian passages underneath the sign. So the pedestrians go down the stairs, they don't go down under the sign. So clearance is likely not an issue, but I still wanted to address it in case the commission had questions. Finally, I wanted to address alignment with the district character. It's my client's intention to ensure that the proposed sign will match aesthetically with the existing signs in Brickyard Walk. I included examples of existing signs in pages 3 through 7 of the project narrative. The proposed sign has been designed to match the other existing signs in color, size, material. Overall, the proposed sign maintains uniformity and visual consistency with Brickyard Walk and with the historic district as a whole. So in closing, the proposed sign is a modest, visually consistent with existing signage, non-intrusive from the main road, and respectful of the historic district's character. I'd like to thank you for your time today and your attention. I'm available for any questions the commission may have. Thank you.
Great. Jim, or Joanne, any questions or comments?
I don't really have any questions. I just wanted to say thank you for including all the pictures of the other signs, because that, of course, I wanted to look at what they all looked like.
Yes,
Thanks.
thank you.
No questions. It's very similar to the other one. I think it's fine.
Thank you.
No questions?
Thank you.
Thank
No questions for me.
Thank you.
Is there anybody in the public that's here or online that'd like to?
So I'll ask from a formality. I don't believe there's anybody logged in. If anyone's called in to offer comment on the application for 769 Farmington Avenue for the sign for green pest control, please raise your hand using the feature in Zoom to address the commission. Again, if anyone has called in to offer comment for 769 Farmington Avenue for green pest control sign, please raise your hand using the feature in Zoom. Mr. Chair, there are no hands raised.
Okay, hearing no more questions or comments. Do I have a motion to approve the application as submitted?
I'll make a motion that we approve the application for a temporary certificate of appropriateness for a new hanging sign located at 769 Farmington Avenue.
Second.
Second, any further discussion on the motion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed by the same sign? Hearing none? You're all set. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Have a good evening.
Thank you.
Thank you. And Nicole, we'll be in touch with a letter, and then it can come in for building permit if it hasn't already been submitted for the queue. Okay? Great, thank you.
Okay, the second public hearing on the agenda is Robert Mandel, application for temporary certificate of appropriateness for installation of solar panels on roof at 93 Main Street. The applicant could state his name and address for the record and give us a little presentation.
Hi, good evening, everyone. My name is Peter Stevenson. I represent All Green and the Mendel family for their PV solar installation, which is rooftop based. It's approximately a 16 kilowatt system based on the southbound side of the home. As with great respect historically in the past, when we've installed systems in this general area, we've taken great care to manage the aesthetics of these systems. We've been very fortunate with this particular setup in the sense that not only does it perform very well in this particular rooftop, but it's also very discreet. So meaning when you're driving, there's really only one vantage point that you can even see the array for just maybe a few seconds, and that's when you're driving southbound on Main Street. I did include some LiDAR pictures from our shade report also to illustrate that for you. And some pictures and some images from the street view itself. So there's, even though they clear the, the tree, the height of the trees and the fencing around the property and just the way the property is set, there's really only two streets that circumvent the property. So that's from the side. As you can see, you can't even see the home. And then from the other side, that's the front of the home. So even there, you wouldn't see the array, like if you were standing right in front of the house. So we're very fortunate there. And then there's the other street view when you're walking towards the side of the house, towards Main Street. So again, with great respect, we've been very fortunate here with the way the azimuth of the home is historically, and the system will perform very well for the Mendel family. We've been planning this for quite some time, actually. So Mr. Mendel put a new roof on the building, did a great job with that. And so, it's well set up now to host the array.
Great. Again, Joanne, any questions or comments?
There were a lot of technical details in there, and so I didn't
Sure.
pay any attention to that at all. Really what I care about is what I will see, and so thank you for the
Yeah.
pictures. But I went by today, and all the electric that's down on one side of the house is pretty well screened already by some plantings.
That's right.
But how big is the junction box that's up on the top of the roof, and how does the power get down to the combiner box down on the side of the house, and how big is that?
Okay, so the combiner box, which will be under the array, will not be visible at all.
Oh,
And it's actually, since we've been doing this since 2008, they've come down in size considerably. So now it's about the size of maybe 2 iPhones.
Oh.
And it's literally under the array. And we come down in a chaseway within the home, so there's no conduit on the outside or exterior of the building. And that comes down to the main panel. And then we have a combiner on the outside, which will also be next to the main meter that the utility provides.
and about the size of a meter?
No, there'll be a new meter.
Yeah.
And then there'll be a combiner box, which would be about the size of this folder here.
Oh.
And that would be next to the meter.
Okay.
So aesthetically, it looks very nice.
Okay.
Jim?
So you're able to have a chase, bring stuff down on the inside.
Yes. And, again, with the roof work that was done, that gave us
Your
visibility.
opportunity.
Yeah.
Oh,
It is a beautiful
Is it
home
on the
historically.
interior or is it on the exterior?
Interior.
Interior. I mean, interior of the exterior wall or somewhere in the center of the building?
It's in the interior.
It is. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. Good.
Yeah.
That's it. That was.
So can we just go back to the pictures that were shown of all the foliage, because I think those pictures are taken when we have full foliage on trees, right?
Yeah.
This
I mean,
is-
they were taken from Google Earth, and it does present like, an August time frame, if you would.
Right, and I'm just thinking, we're gonna be losing those leaves soon. What's it gonna look like when we lose those leaves? Is that solar array really gonna be visible quite visible from the street.
It probably will be, but it doesn't matter. We can't not approve a solar array.
I'm just,
Yeah.
I'm just,
Well, just speaking to that, Elizabeth, you know, a lot of those trees are evergreens.
so well, some of them are.
Some of them are a
aren't.
couple of, we've got a
Yeah.
couple of oaks there,
There's there's ones that
some
are-
shrubbery. And what is visible during the winter still will be very aesthetically pleasing in the sense that the way the array is laid out is very nice. We're always continuously making improvements, so it'll be very low profile. As you probably are aware from looking at the site plans, the panels are all jet black. And the rail that we use now is extremely low. So you won't have this big gap with wires under there or anything.
What color is the roof? Do you know? Is it black? Is the roof black? And I'm sorry, can we just go back to the picture where it's gonna be on the roof,
This or the site plan?
the site plan?
That one? What you want? This what you want?
Yeah.
Okay.
So let's say if you're driving towards Route 4,
So northbound.
yep, northbound, then it would be on your right.
That's correct, yeah.
Okay,
And you would get a glimpse for like, you know, depending on your speed for maybe a few seconds,
right.
but you would mostly see the front of the home unless you were looking up at an angle.
Right.
It is a tall home.
Yeah.
It's
No,
a
I
tall
know.
structure, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, you know, the array's way up there.
There you go.
Oh, there you
Yeah.
go.
Street view.
Yeah.
Dropped in on street view. Okay, so that's the home.
Yeah.
So that's the
So
stop
that's
sign.
really tight up at that intersection. So if you were stopped at this stop bar, right, or you're in this section as you're passing Colton Street,
Right.
you're gonna,
See it.
for a
So,
Yeah.
third, 10-second snippet as you're coming through, unless you happen to be in the Noah Wallace morning traffic, and then you might be more than 10 seconds.
Yes.
Or longer.
that's-
Having done it for more than a
Yes,
few years.
Exactly. It's longer. Okay, thank you.
You all set? Yep. My questions were already answered, so I'm all set.
Great.
Follow up on the previous question, you mentioned the rails are low profile. What material are they constructed out of?
I would have to get back to you on that.
Okay,
Yeah, I mean, they're very lightweight aluminum based
okay,
and they're black as well.
okay.
Yeah.
So I assume that's an anodizing or powder coating or something. to that-
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, they're very strong too. But I can get back to you on that with a detailed engineering spec sheet if you like. And it should say the how the rail is made up.
Hey, this is fun. I lost all my PDFs.
I know.
Ah,
Maybe, maybe not. We'll go with that one. So, but that's, I was just gonna drop in, because I think on the detail sheets, it gave the specification material, but
oh, it did, yeah. I don't know if it gives that particular sheet though, provides the makeup of the rail though.
yeah, I can't get it.
Just gives
to
the
pull up,
weight and the color.
so.
I'll just add before we ask the public, and Jim actually mentioned it already, and you know, I don't know if people are aware, but the statute which creates authorizes the creation of the historic district does specifically have language in it about you have to allow solar. I'm not sure this is, I'm not trying to give a legal opinion. In my head, I've always thought that we do have some flexibility, or at the very least persuasion, to say that, you know, is there a less obtrusive place they could put it without impacting the functionality of it. But at any rate, you know, I seeing where it is. I mean, that's where the solar panels should be. So I think I'm fine.
Well, that's what I was gonna ask, right? Like, so if we have no ability to impact it, what's the point of us? hearing?
We do. I looked where
What's
the
the-
boxes
what's the
are.
point?
I looked up the statute
Yeah.
and we do have some flexibility,
Thank you.
Thank you.
but it says a certificate of appropriateness for such a feature may include stipulations requiring design modifications and limitations on the location of the feature which do not significantly impair its effectiveness.
That's what.
So
You may
we
want
do,
it
but we don't.
there. Yeah, you may want it there, but if you can go there and do the same thing,
And that's where our obligation
Okay.
would be.
So that's all I had.
And the,
More flexibility on the
Mm.
boxes, the
Yeah.
electrical boxes and how those panels.
Yeah, that's what I
right?
was
So rather
thinking,
than
where you would put
on
the
the front of the
boxes.
house, they're on the side and they're down a little bit, so they're not front and
And
center.
in fact,
so-
hearing that the chase is on the inside is wonderful. Yeah, that means it's one even less,
don't see
more
that all
thing
the
on the
time.
house, right?
Yeah.
Henry, did you have something?
So I think you had mentioned it was a 16 kilowatt array. I assume that that is over the home's energy consumption. Is there going, no?
No.
Okay.
Just under.
Yeah, I believe Eversource,
We don't know what they're growing in the
Right,
basement.
exactly.
Actually, the consumption at this particular residence is average.
Okay.
We've seen homes that consume the equivalent of a mortgage payment.
Yeah, true. All right. There's nobody here. Shane, do you want to once again?
sure, I can check
Hold it.
online. So if anyone's called in to offer comment on the solar array for 93 Main Street, please raise your hand using the feature in Zoom. You'll be acknowledged to address the commission. Again, if anyone's called in regarding the application for 93 Main Street for the solar array, please raise your hand using the feature in Zoom. Mr. Chair, there are no hands raised.
Okay, in that case, do I have a motion to grant a temporary of appropriateness for the installation of solar panels on the roof at 93 Main Street in accordance with the application as submitted?
I'll make that motion.
Is there a second?
Second.
I have a second. Any further discussion on the motion? All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye.
Aye.
Opposed by the same sign? No opposed? You're all set. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Staff
Staff.
items, the two things for you. So as was chatted about a little bit this, as everyone was walking in, the Winchell Smith Dam has been removed.
Wow.
And here are pictures from this morning. So this is where the abutment had been. This is the sign from the Eagle Scout that this was the grist mill viewing. But the dam had come straight through in here. All the cribbing, they mobilized last Tuesday morning, where we had a pre-construction meeting Tuesday morning. Excavator was on site. They were getting ready to go and getting construction entrance in. We were back out on Thursday. It was gone. It was gone.
What did they use to remove the wood?
An excavator with a big claw.
Did it have to go in the water?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he was in the water. Yep, 100%.
Yeah.
And walked right across and started, did some work here because they had to take the abutment down to get down in and get a staging area. Then was in the water picking and would grab a couple and bring it to the
Were there
embankment.
logs or and rocks too? A lot of logs.
There was about 6 truckloads of logs. So Porter's took 3, the town of Farmington took 1, and then 2 went to FRWA. So yeah, they're interested in getting some of it carbon dated, but it's
Uh-huh.
costly to do a full, like you can Google it online and you can go get wood carbon dated for like $300, but to do the study that they're looking to do, it's about $10,000 to $15,000 to carbon date it and do, I think it's going to be like multiple sections of wood and coring that has to be done. So they are looking to do that, but
Did you see anything interesting in?
no, and there was a rep from the State Historic Preservation Office was on site the
Yeah.
entire time as part of their permit requirements with Army Corps and DEP. So he was there the entire time the removal was going on to see if there were any artifacts or anything notable. And there wasn't, nothing that had been caught up in the dam that was salvage worthy from a historic preservation standpoint. So the beams, they were all pretty much full logs. They were big, huge spikes in them, about 1/2 inch, 3/4 inch spikes that would drive down through at least 2, if not 3 logs.
Metal or wood?
No, metal spikes, steel spikes. And let me go through here because I've got. Let's do something. It was really helpful having the water level low. So there's, oh,
Oh, yeah.
come on, come on, come on.
I wasn't around. I would've-
There we go. So there's,
Wow.
It's underwater. They're well preserved.
Yeah.
so you can see some of the spikes,
Uh-huh.
right? So there's some of the spikes
Mhm.
coming in, and then there's also quite a few nails. Some of the logs were notched. Many are not notched. But you can see this is it was really kind of, and then, so this is, that was the remnant of the abutment Thursday morning, when Bruce, Sarah and I were there. So that all came out, and then they use, I can go back to the ones from today with the erosion control blanket, but that's, and the weather could not have been more
Mhm.
beneficial, quite honestly.
Right.
So,
Shannon, do they expect the riverbed to sort of naturalize a little more?
correct.
Yeah.
Yep, they will. And if there's a large storm, then that's going to, and that's the excavator. So that excavator did all the work. It was down in the river, and it came up along the top edge and took stuff out. And then they boulders were placed along the Porter side, and there's also boulders at our embankment as well on the west side. So if I come back to this, the stuff, because we combine these in a PDF, but there's boulders in this area at the bottom of the grist mill to stabilize that. And then there's boulders all along this toe here on our side. And then these are two different types of jute mesh just to stabilize the embankment. Amy Petrus at FRWA, if they're able to get some additional funding, she's going to come back in and do some planting. But right now it's been seeded with a wetland seed mix and then like a conservation seed mix, because the wetland seed mix is going to take a little bit to pop, and the conservation, and he kind of overseeded it. So we get something that's going to pop early and try to get it stabilized this fall. Hopefully we get a little bit of rain and not a deluge, so that can kind of sit a little bit and germinate and get that stabilized. And then Amy, if she can get some funding, intends to get some trees that will complement what's already on the riverbank. She's saying some river birch, the beech tree, whatever she can get her hands on. Kind of end of season nursery stock. There you can see the stone that was placed at the toe of the dam and the abutment on Porter side. Of course, that abutment was left, obviously. The one on the west bank on the town side was removed in totality. And then this is just looking back up into the farm field. So this was their access, and it's just all going to be stabilized and naturalized. Some of the material that he cut in order to get in there, because as you know, it was quite thick. So he was even surprised when he got in on Monday night and they walked through. He was surprised at the difference, how drastically different it is this time of year versus December, January, February when he'd been out originally. So they had a fun time getting in initially, but walked the machine right in without any difficulty. So we've signed off on the project. DEP rep from Fish and Wild, the fisheries was here today. So we're pretty much done.
Great.
So that's what we got.
We'll be happy.
Exactly. And the boaters or the kayak.
Boaters, fishers, we saw a duck come through. It wasn't a mallard.
McGanzer,
Excuse me?
McGanzer,
Yeah, it was something that began with an M. It's got a red
Yeah.
head
McGanzer.
that was coming through. So that was pretty wild to watch. He
Oh,
was
the inaugural
floating right down through and fishing on his way down through. It was kind of
They
neat.
opened a bridge, like you said.
So there you go. So we are
Thanks for sharing.
successfully completed, and as everyone likes to say, it was certainly a lot quicker than we thought. Like I said, they mobilized last Tuesday and they're done. They're gone. They're in, and they didn't work through the weekend. We thought they were gonna have to work Saturday, Sunday. They left Friday around noon.
I went Monday first thing. I said,
It's gone.
It's gone.
Yeah, gone, done. It was amazing. So the gentlemen definitely know what they were doing and got in and out and weren't messing around, and the weather certainly helped, which was a blessing. So the one other thing for you, our Unionville Historic District is coordinating a talk with the Yukon Department of History, and they have coordinated. Let's see, this is from Garrett. Unionville Historic District and Properties Commission would like to invite members of the Farmington Historic District Commission to attend an oral histories training program during the Unionville Historic District's November 6th meeting at 6 p.m. The training will be conducted by Dr. Fiona Vernal, Director of Engaged Public Oral and Community Histories with the Yukon Department of History. It is expected to last approximately 2 hours. So I can get that in writing to everybody, but you're welcome to attend either in person or online. They do meet here on, it would be I believe the first Thursday of the month. So, and that's November 6th, 6 p.m. Okay,
That's
that's it, sir. Yes.
it. Next on the agenda, the minutes, approve the minutes of the August 19, 2025 special meeting. Thank you, everybody that showed up for that in August, when you're supposed to be having time off. But at any rate, I've looked at them, they look fine to me, but does anyone have any comments about them or suggestions for edits? Hearing none. I've got a motion to approve. Do I have a second?
Second.
Got a second? Any further discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Great. Before we adjourn, anybody else, anything else? No? Okay, meeting adjourned. Thank you.